una pregunta por intervención. Good morning and welcome. We will begin now the press conference. Please remember that we do one question per intervention. Comenzamos con Alfonso Torres, Real Madrid Televisión.
For Real Madrid Television. Hello, coach. Good afternoon. Tomorrow we have champions and we have Liverpool, one of the big of Europe, and you always like to talk about finals. Tomorrow we have one of those finals, but would it be one of 180 minutes? Thank you. That's right, because it's a qualifying round and we have a first and a second leg. It's obvious that we know that is the first and a second leg. So it's 180 minutes or more. But for us, as usual, is tomorrow's match. We're not looking beyond tomorrow's match. What we want to do is to have a good match tomorrow and to think just about this match. Media said Alvaro Montero. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Seen with a perspective, and sometimes it's bad luck, but it seemed to be the return of Hazard was too soon. You said that there's no plan, but what have you learned? And are you going to pay even more attention than the previous times so it's not too soon and he doesn't get injured? Well, at the end of the day, that's the way it is. We talked about it quite often, and the important thing is for him to be calm on his return. And the important thing for us is for him to be fully recovered. I don't think that the other day he came too soon because that's the player's feeling, and we never let him come out if the player is not ready. But if he is, of course, I want him with the team. But that's it. What we are going to do now is to do things little by little, and then we'll see when he's back. So far, this is the way it is. We continue with Jose Luis Sanchez from La Sexta. Hello, mister. Yesterday on the Spanish Liga, we saw a potential episode of racism. So I would like to know if something would happen with your player, what would have you told him? What would have you done? And do you think it's necessary to have a protocol of action in these cases? But I can say something clear. Racism is a zero tolerance. That's it. Because yesterday I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not there. But what I can say is what I feel inside. And it's the same thing with respect. That the main thing is respect towards the person. And that's the most important thing for me. But for racism, zero tolerance. Lauren Angadillas. Hello, Zinedine. We're talking about finals. All of them are final from now on. But is tomorrow's match, is this right now the most important match of the year? It is because it's the next match, it's the next one we have. It's an important match as it was the last match we had home against Labour. Now we have to play the Champions match, which is our match, and it's important, and we focused on that, and we just think about that match for tomorrow. Miguel Angel Diaz, Cadena Cope. Hello, coach. Good afternoon. Miguel Angel Diaz, Cadena Cope. This time of the season, you can win the Liga and the Champions after a very long, very difficult year where there have been a lot of criticism. So I'd like to ask if, in case you win something this season for you and your team, would it be a special title more than the ones you achieved before? And if you have the feeling that people thought your team was lost and it was undervalued, can you repeat the last part of the question, please? I was asking if you have the feeling that people thought that the team was over or your team was underestimated before the time arrived. I believe so. I'll start with the second question because at the end, what we deserve, I trust on my team very much. I have a great trust of them. I know what they can do. And at the end, Yes, but I cannot change that. What we can do is our job every day, and that's why that team does a lot about what you can do, what you can say outside. And that's the good thing this team and this club and this history has. We never consider things to be lost. Never, ever. Um, and there is life, and we are alive on both competitions, and we're going to fight. We're going to work hard, and we had some complicated moments. We are in a good moment, but that doesn't mean anything. We have to keep on fighting. Tomorrow is going to be very tough, very difficult month, and we're going to have to compete properly. Fernando Burgos on the zero. Hello, Zinedine. Good afternoon. Fernando Burgos on the zero. I would like to talk again about Hazard. You have maximum 14 match days this season, 9 from Liga plus 5 from Champions. Do you think are we we are going to be able to see the best Hazard on this final part, and does Madrid need him to win? Well, we need, and that's clear. And as I am the coach, I need all my players, always, all the time. Then it's a problem to configure the team, of course, but I like to have healthy, proper players all the time. And when one of them is injured, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So what we want to do, and this year we had a lot of people injured. I hope to recover them. I hope to recover them. We have already recovered some of them, but we are missing others. And I hope to have him before end of the season, of course, all my players. David Alvarez from El País. Hello. Quite often, talking about Benzema and his football, you say that to appreciate everything he does on the pitch, you need to understand about football and to know about football. A footballer plays with him to get the best out of him, to get the best out of Benzema. What do you need to play close to Benzema and to get the best out of him? I don't know. I think all players know how to play. All players here, and they deserved, they earn the right to be here to play in this great club. They are the best, and I believe that they all players understand Karim quite properly, and Karim everybody else. And that's what's happening, and there's the consequences of what's happening in the pitch. There's a lot of feeling between them, and you can see that. El Mundo, Abraham Romero. Good afternoon, coach. I'd like to ask about Jurgen Klopp, your opponent tomorrow. I'd like to know if you've noticed him on a given moment and something he does with his stems, either at a tactical level or his attitude, and what you like best from him as a coach. Well, he's a great coach. He's been coaching for a long time. He has experience and the work he did throughout his career and now with Liverpool. But then each has his own things, and he has to as him things to do him as myself. So you have to be who you are. But I notice, of course, in all coaches, I like to know, and I so many things, especially when I was taking the course, of course. ABC Buben Canizares. Hello. Good morning, Zidane. Hello. You were talking about the injured players you have throughout the season. There were many of them and important. Liverpool gets to the match with four players injured, very important, and focused on the same areas, center of defense and midfield. None of the three starting 11 midfielders are playing. So do you think that's the key of taking them that a really important part for him. Well, I don't know, and I don't know if that's a weakness. All the players can cover the injuries who are the players who are injured, and it's the same for us. What I can say is that we have many players injured, and the strength is our team, and always our team, because that's what I believe. Because we are there's always someone missing with what's going on this year, and it's the same for Liverpool. The strength for us is more in our team. Fox Sports, Lola Hernandez. Hello, Zidane. Good afternoon. I'd like to ask about Liverpool, about tomorrow's match. Where is the danger? Bearing in mind that you play against each other 2 years ago and both teams a chance. So where are they dangerous? I believe they're a full team, quite complete, and they're gonna. Some people are gonna say the three attackers which are very good, and they are. But I think it's the whole of it. They're a very strong, very solid team, and when they play as a team, they're very good. So I would say is the team as a whole. There's not a specific point, and then we'll see. It could be, of course, the three attackers we know because they are very effective players, and we're gonna have to pay attention. But we're gonna have to pay attention to everything. Last three questions, two in English, one in French.
French, Sky Sports, Vinny O'Connor. English. In English.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to know, do you expect what happened in the 2018 Champions League final to give Liverpool added motivation for this game? And also, how do you rate your own chances of improving your squad this summer by signing Erling Haaland?
La primera que me decía. Bueno, nosotros no pensamos en el pasado.
We're not thinking about the past. The past is past, and the important thing is what we live in now. The important thing is the match tomorrow. And for both teams, I believe for them, it's a different match, and for us as well. And we have to take it as such as a different match. And we, of course, prepared a different match. And then about the player, this is not our player. When you know that I'm not going to answer that.
Paul, we can hear you.
Hi. Good afternoon, Mr. Zidane. Mo Salah described you as a great coach and one of his idols growing up last week. What is your view of Salah, and is he someone you would like to coach in the future?
Bueno, Salah no es, no es mi jugador.
He's not my player either. I have 25 players here. And so far, I'm Real Madrid's coach, and I'm enjoying its league in the moment. What I'm want and what I'm interested about is tomorrow's match to play against players as Salah, and that's what we're gonna have to do tomorrow. Last question in French.
Bonjour.
Good morning.
Finale, Klopp avait été assez élogieux à votre égard. Il avait dit qu'entre
In 2018, Jurgen Klopp said that he would that Jurgen Klopp will choose Zidane because everything he achieved and everything he did. And I would also like to know what can you say about what happened yesterday at Valencia's match about racism?
Non, mais c'est ce que je disais. On va commencer par là parce que
about what happened yesterday. It's true that I've mentioned before there are serious things, but I don't know exactly what happened because I was not there. If we talk about racism, we should have zero tolerance regarding racism, but not just because they think a word, but at all levels, all different behaviors that may happen. And I believe what makes us better than them as people is the mix. Regarding the first question, I Klopp, I wouldn't know if he was going to say the same this time, but he's a coach which did many things, even before that final and after winning the final. And I've mentioned it before when I took my training course as a coach. I saw many coaches, some of the best, and I also saw Jurgen Klopp career, but then its coach has its own system and we should not trust on other people. And I believe he has a very specific way of training. Thank you.